Tonight at 7, state leaders on edge as a prominent official tests positive for COVID-19. What they had to say this afternoon.
And the presidential campaign is picking up speed. Find out which former U.S. president will be joining a candidate on the trail.
Warm temperatures now, but that will not be the case as we head into the day tomorrow. I'll have all the details coming up in my forecast.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box announces she has tested positive for COVID-19. Good evening, I'm Alex Almanza.
And I'm Annie Keister. After a week off, state officials resumed weekly coronavirus briefings as concern grows of a potential outbreak now at the State House.
NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett is with us in the studio. Tyler, what precautions are being taken?
Well, Alex and Annie, state officials say close contacts of Dr. Box, including Governor Holcomb, were planning to get tested following today's briefing. No word yet on if they were tested, and if so, what their results are. But Box says her first result came back negative, but then her lab results were positive. The state health commissioner saying this afternoon she's fine and showing no symptoms.
I need to let you know that my daughter Catherine, my grandson Liam, and I have all tested positive for COVID-19.
A bombshell Wednesday afternoon from State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box, one of Indiana's faces of the pandemic, now infected with COVID-19.
I'm not symptomatic in any way, shape, or form.
Box says she believes she contracted the virus from her extended family, who she regularly visits on weekends.
Really, from the beginning of this pandemic, my husband David and I have included in our kind of social bubble, family bubble, our 4 grown children and their spouses.
She says her grandson goes to a small daycare, and so far 2 caretakers have also tested positive. Fear now is growing of an outbreak similar to the one at the White House, making its way into Indiana's capital. Wednesday's briefing riddled with technical issues.
Okay, so I think that I was accidentally muted.
Likely because of changes made minutes beforehand.
We acted like MacGyver, I think, here and really stitched things together within about a 5-minute period.
Holcomb note defending the decision to move Indiana into stage 5 of its back on track plan.
Every one of these cases is a extremely localized occurrence.
And as stage 5 continues in Indiana, state leaders warning we're not out of the woods just yet.
There is proof out there that folks are operating responsibly.
Please be careful. Please, please be responsible. And if there are people around you not being responsible, especially if they're people that you love and you're close to, point out to them the importance.
And going into today's briefing, we were expecting to hear a lot about that mask mandate. Well, we learned today that it will stay in place until at least November 14th. Of course, that is big news, and stage 5 will also continue. Just 2 weeks ago, the governor said state leaders would no longer host weekly coronavirus briefings. But he did say today that there will be another briefing next week, of course, following the news of Dr. Box and the fact that she tested positive. The governor, he is among several officials who are quarantining tonight, and he's awaiting his results. Dr. Box says she'll continue to work from home.
Tyler, thank you so much for keeping us updated on this. Meanwhile, back on campus, no new coronavirus cases were reported today through the partnership with IU Health. There are 3 new student cases, all reported through outside sources, but no new employee cases. The Ball State dashboard estimates that there are about 43 active cases.
Drug maker Pfizer is planning to start testing its experimental coronavirus vaccine on children as young as 12. The researcher leading the drug trial says parents have already expressed interest. It will be the first coronavirus vaccine trial to include children in the U.S. The Vaccine Research Center at Cincinnati Children's Hospital says teenagers aged 16 and 17 will get the vaccine this week. This week, the center says kids between the ages of 12 to 15 will be enrolled in the trial later.
Microsoft is planning to allow some employees to work from home permanently once the pandemic ends. Most employees have been working from home since March. The company announced new flexible guidelines, including work hours and work location. Microsoft says the standard will be working from home less than 50% of the time with manager approval.
With more people working from home due to COVID, many people are trying to find ways to keep themselves entertained. NewsLink Indiana's Angelica Gonzalez got a chance to explore one outdoor activity that recently got a new look.
When quarantine started back in March, many Muncie locals needed to find outdoor activities to entertain themselves. One of those activities is either walking or biking down the trails by the White River. Recently, the trails received new payment entrances made by Ball State class, something one Muncie local and Ball State alumna said it's beneficial for the community.
It's a good point. It does provide, really more of a general look. I've taken pictures and sent to friends that, have lived in Muncie at one time, and then when we were all at Ball State together, and they weren't even aware of it. Oh, that's such a pretty place to walk. 35 years, and then before that went to Ball State and worked over here, and really wasn't aware of a lot of the beautiful areas that we have in the community that we can get out and walk. This in addition to some other places.
Many people have different thoughts about the connectors for the trail. Ball State junior Ariana Barbin says the trail's new look will make a positive impact on Muncie.
Positive thing, because I see a lot of people walking at many different age categories, so it's a positive thing, I'd say, because people are getting out and getting active, so I'd say it's a good thing.
She also says it will attract members of all ages to get out and exercise.
Super good for running, even walking and skateboarding. I've been boarding on this multiple times. It's really fun. It has some rolling hills, so that's cool. And then it's pretty in the fall because all these trees turn pretty colors.
Thing is for certain, with the new trails, more residents will be getting out to enjoy the fall. In Muncie, Angelica Gonzalez, NewsLink, Indiana.
The new connectors are located at 3 different streets, which are Martin, Jefferson, and Mulberry.
Alex, if you're looking to get outside and enjoy those trails, maybe in this warm weather, you're kind of running out of time.
Definitely. Well, for the official word, we go to Nathan Gidley, who's with us in the studio. Nathan, good evening.
It's been an awesome week with how warm it's been. I've had the shorts out here this week. Get outside, take advantage of the warm temperatures here this evening as a warm front has gone on through the area, boosting these temperatures up quite considerably. 75 here in Muncie, 73 in Indianapolis, and 77 in Lafayette. That's thanks to these southwest winds bringing in a lot of this warm air, around 20 miles per hour across many locations here. Certainly very warm outside this evening, but big changes are on the way as a cold front is set to move on through. Take a look up to our north and west here. Some lines of showers there off to the north. That's going to start to move toward our area as we head into the day tomorrow. So coming up here, we're going to track these Thursday showers in association with that cold front. Cool daytime highs are on the way, as well as we're looking at the potential for our first fall freeze. All those details coming up in my full forecast.
All right, thank you, Nathan. Now in U.S. politics, former President Obama plans to hit the campaign trail for Joe Biden in the final stretch of the election. Officials say Obama will campaign next week and intends to focus on early voting states. They say he will not aggressively campaign in swing states, but plans to visit a handful of battleground states where voting has started. Obama's schedule has not been finalized, but Florida, North Carolina, and Wisconsin are under consideration. The events will be socially distant and designed to draw local media coverage.
Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett is on Capitol Hill for one more round of questions. Republicans hope to win the hearing process down this week and move to a committee vote next week. Each of the 22 members of the Judicial Committee had 20 minutes each to question the nominee. Republicans are eager to move the process along with Ted Cruz, including his praise for Amy Barrett.
Let me say, first of all, the last 3 days of hearings have revealed very good news. They have revealed the news that Judge Barrett is going to be confirmed by this committee and by the full Senate.
The committee plans to hear from outside witnesses tomorrow, setting up the vote on her nomination next week, and send it to the full Senate for a pre-election day vote. TikTok fame, how one baby has taken the social media app by storm.
And with the holiday season quickly approaching, it's time to look for those deals. What Walmart is doing with their Black Friday schedule after the break.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. TikTok has become very popular in the last couple of years, and if you're on the platform, you have probably seen a very cute face, Baby Franklin.
NewsLink Indiana's Tara Konechny talked to Franklin and his family about their new TikTok fame.
On TikTok lately, it's likely you've seen Baby Franklin all over your For You page. And even all over other social media platforms. The family of 5 was even featured on Good Morning America with their fame of 2.8 million followers and a verification on TikTok. I got to catch up with the Daw family via Zoom and ask them all about their TikTok fame.
I was just a watcher at first. I just watched and never even posted.
But then, the video that really blew up of Franklin was
the spaghetti pot one. We put him in a pot of spaghetti and took pictures of him. And that was the one that really took off of him.
Baby Franklin is not the only star of the page. His 2 brothers often appear in videos as well.
Is 11 months. He'll be a year on the 23rd. And then Lincoln is 5 and Grant is 3.
Now, with fame comes many hate messages, but Bailey said she tries not to let it faze her.
These are my favorite comments, and while I don't usually let the hate get to me,
we get tons of hate every day. So honestly, like lately I've just been like sarcastic about it. If I see it, oftentimes I don't see it and I just ignore.
Now I had to ask Bailey, what does her friends and family think about all this attention?
I still don't think we're famous, but they think it's crazy. You know, it's weird. TikTok fame and like celebrity fame is way different. But
now with all this attention on social media, what is next for the family of 5?
We'll see, I guess, what happens, and maybe he can become, you know, the next Target model, because, you know, Target's great.
In Muncie, Tara Konechny, NewsLink, Indiana.
You can catch all things Franklin and family on their TikTok page. The username is bydaw.
Today is the last day of Amazon Prime Day. Amazon Prime Day deals went live right at the strike of midnight yesterday. Analysts expect the event to rake in huge profits. Prime Day is usually in the summer, but Amazon pushed it back because of the pandemic. Amazon also added a new feature this year that lets users set an alert to notify them when specific items go on sale. However, the button is only available to use on the mobile app, and Amazon's competitors, Target and Walmart, are also offering sales this week.
And speaking of Walmart shopping deals, millions of shoppers look forward to Black Friday deals each year, but the long lines in packed stores won't be happening in 2020. Walmart says it wants to adapt to the needs of its customers, so instead of one deal-filled day, after Thanksgiving, there will be events throughout November. November 4th will be the kickoff with online specials. Walmart says shoppers will also be able to buy online and scheduled a contact-free curbside pickup. For people who need that in-store shopping experience, it can happen, but the retail giant will be limiting the amount of people in the stores at a time.
And talking about shopping, winter shopping, things like that, the calendar says it's coming up, but will it feel like it, Nathan?
Yeah, tonight's a great night to head outside if you want to make that TikTok video, but certainly it's going to be cooler as we head into the day tomorrow. How cool is it going to get? And what about those shower chances? All the details in my full forecast.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
If you take a look at your screen, it's looking pretty nice out there. Nathan, how's it feeling out there?
Alex, it is feeling great outside right now with these warm. Southwesterly winds moving into the area, and as a warm front came through here this afternoon, these winds here still sitting around 10, 15, 20 miles per hour in some locations, and certainly still quite warm across the area as well. 73 in Indianapolis, 76 in Shelbyville, and 77 in Lafayette. And that's still quite warmer compared to where we were at this time yesterday. 9 degrees warmer here in Muncie and 10 degrees warmer up there in Fort Wayne. Now, radar is quiet. There were more clouds earlier as the warm front passed through the area. You can see that right here as we span out here a little bit. You can see the warm front that did pass through, but here comes the cold front here off to our north and west. That's going to move into our area and bring some shower chances as we head into the day tomorrow, as well as those cool temperatures. So let's time this out right here. As we head through the overnight hours, those clouds really start to increase. By the time we get to tomorrow morning, it'll be cloudy skies for your morning commute, and those shower chances are on the increase throughout the early afternoon hours as well. This right around your lunch hour here at 12 o'clock. Seeing some scattered rain showers moving their way through. But those quickly exit the area, and what's going to be a beautiful end to your day tomorrow here with seeing some sunshine starting to work back into the picture by tomorrow evening. So certainly we could use more rainfall out of this system. Looking at rainfall amounts, relatively light here, less than ½ an inch across the area. So we certainly could use a lot more considering how dry we have been here across the state here this past month. As we look at here tonight throughout the evening hours, 70 by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 68, and 66 by 11 o'clock. And these temperatures are going to be the warmest temperatures here throughout the night and throughout the day tomorrow as well. As you see, the low temperature drop to 55 degrees with those increasing clouds. Yes, I said that our high temperature is going to occur overnight tonight, and these temperatures are going to drop throughout the day tomorrow as that cold front moves through. 55 by 8 a.m., by noon 54, and only 53 by 5 o'clock. Maybe some sunshine there at the end of the day. It's going to be a raw fall-like day outside tomorrow with those northwest winds there as well tomorrow. Now we are on the lookout here for our first freeze of the season. Yes, we have not had a temperature drop below freezing yet so far this year. 34 degrees is our coolest temperature that occurred on October 5th this year. Normally we've already had our first freeze here on October 3rd, but as we look at these temperatures here, we could normally see temperatures drop below 28 degrees around this time of the year. October 16th is usually the first day for that, so certainly we are on the lookout for that first freeze here tomorrow night as we see low temperatures drop to right around that freezing mark. 32 degrees, clear skies, areas of frost, some potential freeze as well. That's going to be the story here heading into the weekend as we head into Friday night. We could see another frost and freeze potential there as well. So that high of 65, don't let that deceive you tomorrow. It's going to occur overnight tonight, and it's going to be a cool day there tomorrow. Cool day as well for your Friday, 58 degrees. A nice weekend, though, with temperatures staying in the 60s, 60 on Saturday, 61 Sunday. More rain chances, though, next week. That's going to drop the temperatures back down Monday, Tuesday, but rebounding back on Wednesday.
And that's awesome news for those of us that had our shorts packed away weeks ago. Thank you, Nathan.
Tonight in sports, we check in with the Ball State volleyball team and how they're preparing for their unique season.
And we'll take a look at local high school basketball team who's coming off a sectional title. Stay with us.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. When I think of kids going to school hungry, hunger, homelessness, in this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
It is not
What
funny.
on earth is happening there?
I feel sorry for the little guy.
I've got my socks on. Annie with her curly hair, which is actually never curly. Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Noah Bobama with sports. Alabama football head coach Nick Saban tested positive for COVID-19 and has left the Alabama football facility. The second-ranked Crimson Tide are taking on the third-ranked Georgia Bulldogs this week. Earlier this week, the MAC releasing its plan to return to play for volleyball and several other sports. Their season featuring 22 conference matches in a 10-week span. They'll be playing only teams within the Mid-American Conference. Head coach Kelly Phillips saying this format plays into the team's hands.
The RPI and how all that's going to work is really not going to be accurate compared to what it's been in years past. We would rather focus on making sure the best team in our league is who gets represented in the NCAA tournament.
Now, Phillips also saying that even though the season will be different and the rankings will be thrown off a bit, the Cardinals still aiming high as they're looking to repeat as MAC champions and get into the NCAA tournament. Their focus isn't on the goal, it's about how they plan to get there.
Of course, we're always looking to repeat as MAC champions. Of course, we want to be in NCAA tournament again. Those are just no-brainer things culturally that our team is just ingrained within. But that's not what we talk about every day. We just talk about, do we give our best effort?
Coach Phillips also saying that a group of coaches knew the decision was coming, so teams able to get a jump start with practice and workouts. MAC volleyball will begin January 22nd. Uncertainty is the new normal in the world of sports, and Delta boys basketball team is experiencing that firsthand. After a strong regular season last year, the Eagles went on to win their sectional tournament, but did not get a chance to compete in the regional tournament due to the coronavirus outbreak. Since then, players have graduated and the offseason has passed and the start of a new season is upon them. But there are still many questions that remain to be answered for the boys as they head into a new season.
Just not being able to, we graduated a lot. So, we were kind of counting on the summer to look at some young guys and see who was ready. And so we really go into this year with a lot of unknowns.
The boys' first game will be on Wednesday, November 20th when they face Northeastern High School. And taking you from the hardwood to the gridiron, it is the final week of the regular season for high school football. NewsLink Indiana has all the updates for Friday's matchups. Starting with our 7 o'clock slate, we kick off Friday night with the Blackford Bruins taking on Oak Hill. Westdale traveling to Fremont. Muncie Central is staying home against undefeated Lafayette Jefferson. and Eastbrook facing Madison Grant. And in our 7:30 slate, Brady Hunt and the Delta Eagles heading to New Palestine. Newcastle hitting the road against Greenfield Central. Yorktown playing the undefeated Mount Vernon, who can clinch the Hoosier Heritage Conference title with a win. And finally, Monroe Central taking on Shenandoah at home. With a tight conference title race in the Hoosier Heritage Conference, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NOI Sports for live scores and game updates. Now guys, there's a lot of football going on, especially with that title conference. Who are you guys picking this week?
Now, I'm going to have to stay loyal with my team, Delta. I know they probably, it just depends. I'm going to have to stay with Delta all the way.
I wish I could stay with Delta, but I have to go with Mount Vernon. 2-time state champions these last 2 years. You can't not take them in this.
I'm going to have to go with the underdog. I'll go with Delta too. I mean,
there you go.
Everybody should get a chance.
Right, you never know.
Exactly. You never know, especially in this time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nolan. And we've got a final check at the weather in just a moment.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our anchor pick this evening. An engineering student in Idaho took advantage of his time at home to work on a world record. Joel Dustin turned his backyard into a water park to attempt the largest slip and slide, the fastest man ride on a slip and slide for 100 meters. They're going to try to prove it in the Guinness Book of World Records. Joel clocked out at 10.4 seconds on a 2-foot trench of dirt, painter's tarps, and a good old-fashioned garden hose to keep things slippery. Dustin says he should hear back from Guinness about his attempt in late January. And it looks like fun, but hopefully we're not going to be looking at some slip and slide temperatures this weekend, Nathan.
Yeah, certainly these temperatures are still staying in the 60s here, but that's going to occur early on in the day, and it's going to be a cool day there tomorrow. Cold temperatures as well on Friday and cool as well over this weekend before more rain chances return next week. So certainly take advantage of the fall-like weekend here coming up.
I'm good to get my coats out, Ryan. All clear. Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.